In this YouTube video, I'm going to show you some marketing tactics that are so effective that Fortune 500 companies have been fined millions and millions of dollars by using them. I'm going to expose exactly what these 3 tactics are, show you proof of who's using them, and most importantly, how to use the same tactics ethically to absolutely dominate your competition. By the end of this video, you're going to understand 3 psychological loopholes that make people buy. And before we get started, if you're new here, watch this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a like on this video as it helps the algorithm, helps you make more videos just like this one. So first, let me tell you about one of the largest hotel booking sites in the world and how they got caught red-handed manipulating millions of customers. Starting around 2016, Booking.com used to display messages like only 1 room available when there were actually dozens at that price. They also showed fake view accounts like 43 people are currently looking at this hotel. Completely fabricated numbers. They created fake urgency and used pressure tactics like only 2 rooms available on this site right now. And they were doing this for hotels that had full availability, but it worked extremely well. In 2019, an investigation was launched against them, and they were hit with multiple class action lawsuits across Europe. It's reported that they were fined up to 2 million euros. But here's the crazy part. During the period that they were using these tactics, their conversion rate increased by 25 to 40%. Their revenue grew from 10.8 billion euros to 15.9 billion euros in 2019. And they dominated the hotel booking market by using these simple psychological tricks. So yes, they were fined, but the revenue increase that they achieved by doing this far outweighed the cost of these fines. So how does this work? Well, there's a few tactics being used here. One of those tactics is called loss aversion. And the theory behind this is that your brain fears missing out more so than it does gaining something. The second tactic is social proof. The thought process, if 43 people want this hotel right now, it must be good, right? And the last one is urgency bias. The time pressure and urgency created forces quick decisions, and it completely bypasses rational thought. So how can you implement this for yourself legally and ethically? Well, we want to create 2 things here. The first thing is you want to create social proof, and the second thing is you want to create some form of scarcity and urgency, and those 2 things combined is what drives that crazy conversion rate that we're looking for. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to create offers that are realistic and justifiable. Let's take, for example, an HVAC installation company. Let's say the manufacturer is going to increase the prices by 10%. So you can run an offer saying manufacturer price increasing on this day, and we've bought this many units. You can then say there's only 50 units available at this price. Once the price goes up, the price is never going to come down. And if you pair that up by using tools such as useproof.com, which shows visitors of your site live data, such as 13 people have requested their quote in the last 48 hours. And it's real life data, which is the best thing about it. There's nothing unethical about using this. If you combine those 2 offers together, that's where you get extremely powerful results and super high conversion rates. A physical example of doing this would be, let's say you're an installation company and you're installing a driveway with a particular customer, where you could create little business cards. You could drop those business cards into the neighbors, and you can let them know that you're going to be here for the next 2 weeks. If they would like something done on their driveway, you're happy to offer them a 20% discount because you're there anyway, and that discount will run out at the end of the 2 weeks when you finish your project. It's real urgency, it creates real scarcity, and it creates real social proof because a neighbor or neighbors of theirs are getting the same project done at the same time. The next example includes one of the largest nutritional companies in the world and how they convinced 2.3 million people to join their business with completely fake testimonials. From 2010 to 2016, Herbalife promoted that distributors of their product were making an average income of $5,000 per month. Now, this was completely fabricated, and they used fake success stories of people claiming they were making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 per month. They used luxury cars, they used luxury lifestyles in all of their advertising campaigns. And they even used paid actors to help them do this. In 2012, they were publicly accused of being a pyramid scheme. In 2014, the FTC launched a formal investigation. And in 2016, a $200 million settlement was reached. The worst part is internal documents revealed that 99% of their distributors made less than $500 per year, with most of them actually losing money. So obviously this was a complete disaster for Herbalife. But what does this tell us? This tells us the importance of transformations. Quite often people will buy something because they've seen the success that's happening with other users. So instead of using fake income claims, you can create real life transformational stories as part of your advertising. And the best way to do that is to document before and document after and show the transformation that your product created. For example, a solar energy company, they could go into a customer's house, they could measure their monthly electricity bill usage, they could install the solar, they could go back into the house, and they could also document the monthly energy usage and compare the 2 things together, creating a real life transformation that is not fabricated. For example, marketing agencies agencies or web design agencies, you can interview your clients before and after and document that transformation. It is possibly the most powerful tactic you can use when it comes to marketing your own product or service. In fact, I will go as far as saying it is potentially the most important thing that you can do for your business. So the last tactic number 3, is called a bait and switch. The fitness chain Planet Fitness built a $2.8 billion business, and they did this by advertising one price and charging something completely different. They used to advertise a heavily discounted $10 per month membership, but buried in the small print was a $39 annual fee, a $25 startup fee. They also required in-person cancellation, and they charged a $15 maintenance fee if any changes were required to be made to the membership. And you can see where this is going. A class action lawsuit was filed, and a $16 million settlement was reached. However, despite the lawsuit, the model generated over $2.8 billion for the fitness chain. So how does this work? It's called anchoring bias. The $10 becomes a reference price in your mind. There is also a psychological tactic called the sunk cost fallacy. And this works once you've paid an initial investment, you keep paying more to avoid losing that initial money that you paid. They also implemented friction resistance, in this case, making it really difficult to cancel, obviously minimizing the amount of people that did. So how can we take these tactics and how can we implement them ethically to great effect? Let's take the example of an advertising agency. The first way is by splintering part of your service off to make it cheaper on the front end to help you attract more clients. For example, if you are a lead generation agency, you could offer a lead reactivation service and guarantee you can get them 5 customers for just $199 by leveraging their existing database and remarketing to those existing users. Once you've then marketed to those existing users, then they're going to want more leads, and then you can upsell them on your core lead generation service. You can also implement friction resistance, and the way we do that is by creating products and services that our clients love so much. By getting rid of us, it would make their life more difficult. Well, let's say, for example, we were able to implement that, plug that into their website and plug that into their Facebook and Instagram DMs, so we're automatically qualifying all the organic leads they were getting as well as the paid leads they were getting. But that way, if they got rid of us as an agency delivering them paid leads, they would also lose all the other benefits that you're offering them. So look at ways that you can implement more of your services with your clients to make your product and service more sticky, which means by getting rid of you, it's going to make your life difficult for that client. And no matter what product or service you're advertising, you should try to implement some of these strategies to maximize results. And in fact, I'm going to do that right here, right now. For every new member that joins my one and only private community, by joining, you're going to get a 1-hour consulting session directly with myself. I'm going to run this for the next 7 days only. So if you're interested in scaling up your local ads agency, you want to work directly with myself, I will leave a link down below. Book a call with me today and you can gain access to a free 1-hour coaching session directly with me, all new members that join in the next 7 days. You can also watch several success stories from our current members by clicking on that link. Otherwise, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.